Hello and welcome back to another speed build with Frimlin. And today I'm making a build with the Toddler Stuff pack. And basically I thought, since I've made so many different family homes recently, I should do something a bit different. And so I decided that I would make like a kind of toddler fun park. And that is what this is. So, what do I think of the Toddler Stuff pack? Well, basically, it's a stuff pack. It's got a few nice items, it's fun, it doesn't add anything that, you know, you'd say was critical for your gameplay, but that's what a stuff pack is supposed to be. It's, it's relatively cheap, so it doesn't have very much in it, but it's what it has got in it is quite nice. There's a lot of different CAS items, different clothing items, and some new hairstyles for toddlers, which is cool, and also some playground equipment as well, and you'll see some of that coming in this build. Now, I don't usually make buildings that have bright colours on the outside, so it was quite fun to do a bit of that in this build, and hopefully you can see that one of the buildings, although mostly white, has some blue on the outside, like baby blue, and then the other building has very happy looking bright yellow. And a bit later on I also changed the white that's on those buildings to be pastel colours instead. So the yellow building has pastel yellow on it, and then the blue building has, wait for it, pastel blue. But that's a bit later on, and it's very subtle. You probably won't be able to see it in the bright daylight so much. But yeah, basically I didn't want just like a park without any buildings. I wanted it to be kind of semi-inside, semi-outside, and that is what I built. And there are certain requirements for a park, like you need to have a chess table of all things, monkey bars, a few other things, chairs, tables, and the like. And so, to be able to meet the requirements of the lot, I add those in, as you will see during the video. And actually this was quite a lot of fun to playtest. I took one of my playtesting families and I gave them like 3 toddlers and two children, and they dropped by and they had a play date here with some neighbours' kids. So that was actually really quite fun. And in my Let's Plays I will be having a rather large family. So I'm quite looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun, especially with the Parenthood game pack. Making sure all your kids grow up to be decent, well-behaved individuals. Or not, as their personality dictates. So what I was just building then was a little kind of bathroom for toddlers. And there will be some potties and a couple of baths as well, because it's going to be pretty certain that your kids are going to need to go to the toilet, and they'll probably get dirty while they're playing around on the fun park, so you might need to wash them. And there's also a little kitchen coming in here as well, so you can make some food for your kids. All very important. And there's also like a little outside kind of barbecue area, using the barbecue that came with the Toddler Stuff pack, which I think was a bit surprising. I don't think I would have expected that, but I guess it goes with the chairs, the deck chairs, and the pillow seats that are also in the pack. There was this kind of outdoors feel going on, but I don't know if I would have put in a barbecue with a pack like this. Seems a little odd, but you know, it's not too bad having a new barbecue. So I started this little kitchen and actually left it and overnight thought about what I'd like to do with it. And so the next day when I resumed building, I went in there and kind of quickly changed it to what I'd thought about overnight, as you'll see shortly. So this kind of decal that I'm adding with the clouds and the balloons, it's supposed to be like the logo for this fun park, like it's you know, some kind of business, and so they have to advertise it there. This is where you go if you want to find the fun park. I don't know, something like that. So yeah, this is the next day now when I'm building after a night's rest, and decide to change the roofs up a bit. And this was also when I'm changing the paints, so we have like pastel yellow, pastel blue, and here I am adjusting the kitchen as I said I would earlier. And I don't know why I had started with this kind of bright yellow interior. In the end I removed all of that and made each room have its own kind of unique colour, and it was kind of bright cyan in this room. I quite like doing kitchens actually, because I've done so many of them. So yeah, I added this tree decal to the walls, and then I found that it basically clips with the doors. So if you adjust anything like the wallpaper, as I do a bit later on, it removes the doors. So because I don't use Move Objects cheat, I decided I'd have to slim down the tree decal, as you'll see. In the end, that's probably for the best, because I then realised I could use it to stick on the windows. I didn't know that you could stick decals on the windows. Very cool. But yeah, because there's like an adult bathroom and also the toddler bathroom in here, the ability to add decals to the windows was quite cool, because you know, it gives a little bit of privacy. Very green theme in here, but I quite like it. It's quite relaxing. It's just, you know, it's a very soft green. So yeah, parents can potty train their kids, their toddlers, and then wash their hands before they go. Yeah, just getting rid of the dark areas in this room with a bit of extra lighting. Now, where was it where I added the first decal to a window? There it is. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. And zooming through, adding them everywhere. Even taking them off the walls, because that just looked a little too much. So if that building wasn't enough, I'm now also going to decorate this building too. And what do I have in mind for this? No, not another bathroom. I figured that since you could have toddlers here perhaps for quite a while, they might get sleepy as well. And so half of this building is a little sleeping area. And there are going to be curtains up, so you can keep it a bit darker for your toddlers. And that's going to be this blue room. And then I divide it into two. And And the other room is going to be like a playroom, basically, filled with toys. We've got all the, exterior toys outside, but I needed a room that also had some of the interior toys, or the ones that are, intended to be used inside. And I also stuck in a couple of objects for kids, because although it's supposed to be a park for toddlers, yeah, you can have kids here as well. And in fact, well, because some of the requirements for this lot type require kids items, it just seems right to have other kid items in here as well. I love those balloons. They didn't come with this pack, they came with the free Toddlers update that we all got a few months ago. And I should use those balloons more often and not just in family builds. I really like them. So yeah, to fit the lot requirements, I added in 2 chess tables in the kind of barbecue area. And you'll notice the lot traits I've got up. There is actually lot traits especially for toddlers. So I used one of them that increases the speed that children learn. Maybe in the future Maxis might edit that lot trait so that it also affects toddlers as well. That would be pretty cool. If you're listening, Maxis, I think that's a good idea. But yeah, they might add some toddler specific lot traits in, and if they do, you could just edit this lot and add them in. I stuck in the gnomes as a lot trait as well, because what they do is they kind of fix up objects that are broken overnight, and that's very useful for a commercial lot or a public lot like this. So yeah, changed it from blue to this pink instead, a bright kind of cheerful pink. And this is supposed to be like the main entrance, but there are multiple gates outside, so it doesn't really matter which way you enter the park in. Right, so there's a lot of spaces left next to the building that were begging for some kind of plants, and so I added some in. And basically lots of grass and small flowering shrubs, and a little bit later you see some lavender as well, and a range of daisies. So how about you? How are you? What are you up to? Have you got the pack? Did you get the Toddlers Stuff pack? If so, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know what you think. Yeah, I think it's alright. I could have missed it, but I could have missed all of the stuff packs. Well, that's not true. There's a few that I particularly like, and I do like this, but I could have skipped it for a while. It's not like mission critical, like I said earlier. It's cool and it's fun, but yeah, it's optional. Definitely very optional. So if you're not sure, I would say it depends really on how much you play with toddlers in your game. If you have a family filled with toddlers, it would be quite cool to have new clothing for them and toys. Mostly exterior toys, if not only exterior toys. I really like this kind of backyard area with the tree and the flowers. And I placed some balloons and some pillows here a bit later. It's quite a fun little place, and actually during the playtesting I had one of my Sims cook up some hot dogs, and yeah, so it was quite fun to have all the toddlers sitting on cushions and seats and having a hot dog. Yeah, I think could be quite a fun place, and that's why it's called Frimlin's Fun Park. Because it's fun, and yeah, it's possible that you might stay there so long that it gets dark, so I thought I'd better add some exterior lighting as well. But I'd say the best time of day to visit this place is definitely in the afternoon when the sun's bright and everything's kind of glowing with colour. Like that. Whoa, that's a bit fast, isn't it? Sorry about that. So I don't paint plants like other builders do. Because basically I don't like making loads of objects, especially if they're so close to each other. Because I've worked as a games developer for so long. I was a game developer for 10 years basically, before I switched over to being a community manager. And so I'm very aware of not making something too resource heavy. I don't want it to load too slowly or to have too much of a drain on a computer, so I individually place my plants, and it can be a bit annoying, especially because I don't use Move Objects Cheat, but it's not too bad. But yeah, so placing all these flowers individually was a little bit of an annoyance, but it looks good at the end, and I knew it would. Just finishing off that kind of colourful, fun aspect to the exterior. But yeah, I didn't put landscape paint on the very outskirts of the build because I wanted it to be so that wherever you placed it, you could still see some of the landscape from that place. So for example, if you place it in the desert in Oasis Springs, you'll see a bit of desert around the outside, a bit of sand. So yeah, a mixture of screenshots and videos now, showing off the lot. Lovely bright colours everywhere. Large range of bears and other animals to interact with. Yeah, the toddlers seem to really enjoy playing with that outside playground equipment, and so did some of the adults apparently. So yeah, there's a layout from above. I've just hidden the roofs. The lot is 30 by 40. I think if it had been any smaller it would have been way too cramped. And yeah, here's the Sims having a bit of a meal outside. But you can also put them in high chairs inside if you prefer. Love those pillow chairs. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into my Let's Plays. It's taken a while to get back into them because of all the building I'm doing. But yeah, it should be fun having a family in my Let's Plays again. So, what do you think? Let me know. Click the like button if you like it, and I would appreciate that very much. And please consider subscribing, and I hope I see you again for another video. Thanks so much. Bye bye.